We spend our lives chasing stability, pouring our energy into building a world that is safe, predictable, and secure. Yet, the moment we achieve that perfect balance, our biology betrays us by classifying that hard-won piece as boring. This shows up most clearly in long-term relationships. After years of building deep trust and reliable routines, we often find ourselves mistaking that profound security for a lack of excitement. The human brain operates on an efficiency-first default. It is programmed to filter out the consistent and focus only on the new, which means we are naturally inclined to ignore the most reliable parts of our lives. We usually only notice this blindness when a routine is ripped away. You might notice the sudden strange void in your day when a parking attendant you've seen for years suddenly leaves his job. The realization hits harder when a physical object disappears. A favorite ceramic cup shatters on the floor, and you realize the manufacturer stopped making them years ago. Then there are the life-altering shocks, like the sudden passing of a close friend. The initial shock of the news eventually gives way to a heavy, permeating sorrow. That grief is amplified by the realization that you had spent years treating a temporary privilege as a permanent guarantee. We suffer from a dangerous blindness. We recognize the true value of our daily constants only at the exact moment their hidden expiration dates hit zero. To break this cycle, we need to look past our emotions and analyze normalcy through the cold lens of probability. This chart shows the odds of anything good entering your life. Out of thousands of random encounters and objects you interact with, only a tiny fraction are a perfect fit for you. As those few good things move through time, they face a brutal survival rate. Entropy, chance, and daily friction constantly work to remove them from your life. For any person or object to survive these variables long enough to become a routine, they must beat staggering odds. When something stays in your life for years, it is a statistical anomaly, an entity that has successfully resisted every attempt the universe made to destroy it. Longevity is a sign of active survival. It is the result of thousands of variables going right, day after day, in an otherwise chaotic world. Normalcy is the ultimate jackpot of accumulated luck. A quiet Tuesday where your car starts and your friends are safe is the end result of millions of unlikely events converging in your favor. We misinterpret this massive accumulation of statistical wealth as mundane background noise because our brains prioritize novelty over survival. Feeling bored by a stable life reveals a failure to comprehend the data. It shows an inability to see the complex, fragile architecture holding that routine together. Simply knowing the statistics isn't enough to change how we feel. Our neurology is optimized for efficiency, which means our focus will always try to slide effortlessly back down into apathy. Because habituation is an actual physical process of the human brain, we have to counter it with a physical intervention, a deliberate architecture of gratitude designed to create cognitive friction. This intervention starts with step 1, awareness. You must force yourself to look at your morning coffee or your commute through the lens of a lucky survivor. Step 2 is the audit. You physically write down the invisible pillars of your day. By cataloging these mundane routines, you force your brain to acknowledge their existence. Finally, step 3 is the daily ritual. You pause throughout the day to offer a silent internal acknowledgment to the objects and people that have stayed with you. Sustainable gratitude is an act of mechanical will. It is a deliberate, sometimes exhausting practice that must be executed daily to keep your perspective from sliding back into the trough. The author of this framework even composed a private song, a musical journal about the pain of only recognizing a person's value once their expiration date has passed. It serves as a reminder of what happens when we let our focus fail. Maintaining appreciation for the mundane is an uphill battle. It requires grueling daily effort to push against our natural tendency to take things for granted. Ultimately, this logic is only a seed. Whether it actually changes your life depends entirely on your willingness to water it tomorrow morning, the moment you pick up your familiar coffee cup. We spend